Could Simgot's budget option, the Shark EW100P, be the predator of budget IEMs, or will it remain a baby shark do? Oh no. Hello and thank you for clicking on this video where I'll be sharing my experience of Simgot's budget addition to the lineup, the Shark EW100P. Before we begin, as always, I'd like to thank Linsoul for providing this item in exchange for my honest feedback. I'll leave a link to Linsoul's website in the description down below so you can check out and find this or any other audio related gears on their website. If you've been enjoying my content as well, please do consider supporting the channel either by visiting my Patreon page or just by liking and subscribing to this channel. I appreciate your support. With that all out of the way, let's find out what Baby Shark has for accessories. Have you got that song in your head now? Welcome to my pain. For the accessories, unfortunately, it's as plain as it gets. You get interchangeable silicone ear tips, the cables, and the IEMs themselves. No carry pouches or sashes or anything more. I think I've been spoiled by other companies because receiving something like this now feels a little bit underwhelming. Talking about the cable, to be honest, I prefer this cable compared to many other $20 cables. It's like KZ's cables but with slightly sturdier materials. I honestly like how the cable looks, and it's lightweight, it doesn't tangle, it ticks a lot of boxes for me, especially for $20. For design, coming from the EA500, I'm not a big fan of the design on the EW100P, plastic shell with a reflective material on its faceplate with wordings on it. I'm sorry, but it just looks how it costs, which is on the cheaper side. If you don't care about how your IEM looks, then this won't faze you one bit, but sometimes you gotta rock with style, and the EW100P doesn't have it for me personally. For fit and comfort, this is an extremely light IEM with gentle curves on its corners, so it's a very comfortable experience wearing these IEMs. Even when paired with a cable, they are so light you could barely feel it when wearing them. If I can describe the sound of the EW100P in one word, it would be safe, which is a huge contradiction to the Shark image it was given. Let me explain. For bass, it's there. I hear its impact and slam, but I don't necessarily feel it, which is quite typical for IEMs at this price range. It doesn't rumble as deep and is mostly mid-bass focused, so it impacts bass note in a way where you don't get that reverberation. Definitely not for bass hits, but it's clean and informative. For mid-range, vocals are front and center, background music stay where they belong. In the background, vocals are given the highlight, which is great. There's a little bit of warmth coming from the low end, which gives vocals a little bit of weight. Definitely a highlight of this IEM. For treble, it's very inoffensive, it's smooth, so treble sensitive people will enjoy this a lot. There's some treble extension to the air instruments, but they sound somewhat pushed back into the background. It's Harman, so don't be expecting striking sparkly highs for the treble. For imaging and resolution, it's quite typical for a $20 IEM since the vocals are in the spotlight combined with how the treble is presented. While the macro details are audible, the micro details can get lost in the track. Imaging is good enough on the left and right, but it's not as well separated, and when the song gets busy, it can sound quite messy, especially when there's a lot of instruments playing. For source, on my Hi-Fi-Man EF400, I'm getting to about 10 o'clock on the dial on the 3.5mm termination, which is standard for these single dynamic driver IEMs. So to sum it all up, if anyone ever wants to understand how Harman sounds like to the T, especially Harman 2016, this is one of the IEMs to get, and it's now top pick for me personally on the safest IEM to get someone into the hobby because it presents sound in a manner where it's just enough. This is essentially the Goldilocks of $20 IEMs. Nothing is too much or too little, it's just enough. I know that's not how it goes, but you get my point. I personally find myself using these for general use like commuting or outdoor use because it's light, it's easy to carry, and it's safe tuning. But if I want anything more out of my music, I'd go with its bigger brother, and my personal favorite, the EA500. However, this is based on one man's experience, and I'm curious to know yours. Do you have the Sharknado, and what are your thoughts about it? Comment below, let me know, and as always, thank you to Linsoul once again for this opportunity, and thank you all very much for watching. Until the next experience, take care and happy listening.